As we go marching, marching in the beauty of the day, a million darkened kitchens,
The woman in Argentina. We are victims of a patriarchal society and sexist violence. In a country where the Catholic Church and the patriarchal way of thinking rules, we still haven't been able to reduce the salary gap because stereotype and traditional heteronormative gender roles are still a reality. There have been one femicide every 30 hours in these first few months of 2019. They forces us to have children we don't want, and what worse, they strip us down of the possibility to be children's girls by forcing us to be mothers. The forced pregnancy cannot be a public policy. They don't let us decide over our bodies. My body, my choice. We are still victims of the street harassment. The patriarchy thinks us as object. The patriarchy, it kills us.
are touched with all the radiance that a sun.
Hi, my name is Carrie and I'm from Denmark, and I'm going to speak a little bit about my personal experience of being a woman in Denmark. Luckily, Denmark is relatively progressive compared to many other countries in the world, so when it comes to my professional life or even my life in school, I'm very lucky to say that I haven't actually felt or had any experiences of my own where I felt oppressed or inferior to other people because of my gender identity. A place where I do feel that a lot of women, and especially myself, have struggled is more when it comes to nightlife, for example. The whole part of being over-sexualized and me being put as a sexual being even when I don't want to be. It happens a lot that I have to accept being approached by men who are interested in me either romantically or sexually, and kind of putting that onto me even though I'm not asking for it in any way. And it happens so often that I think I myself and a lot of women normalize it, and it's in the normal range of what it means to be a woman on the streets. It's different things as the men I've experienced, not all men of course, but many men, or the men who've approached me anyways, feels entitled to talk to me, and sometimes my no isn't being taken seriously. And something I've noticed too is that my no isn't serious until it's because of another man. So it's happened before that I've said no and they haven't respected it, but the moment I said I have a boyfriend, they accept it because I am the property of another man. And it's also something I've noticed that I've again tried to get away from a situation I wasn't comfortable in, and the man didn't respect me until a boy that I was hanging out with, a friend of mine, came over and said no on my behalf. And it's stuff like that that I've experienced quite a lot in my life, and I've unfortunately have been forced almost to normalize.
Are touched with all the radiance that a sun.
Hello, my name is Nalina and I am the State Secretary of the Women's Wing of the Democratic Action Party of Malaysia. Now, how is it like? What is it like to be a woman in Malaysia? Well, I'll start off with the not so bright side. Marital rape per se is not recognized by Malaysian law. So that gives a lot of leeway to husbands in terms of marital rape, and it's partly because, or mainly because, the discussion surrounding marital rape is a very sensitive discussion because of the religious sentiment in Malaysia. Talking about religious sentiment, there's also a need for stricter child laws in Malaysia. At the moment, a child can get married with the permission of certain authorities. So we really hope to see that change as well. And if you are an LGBTQ woman, you most likely are living in fear in Malaysia right now. That is because late last year, 2 Muslim women were caned for having sexual relations. LGBTQ women need to be recognized and also protected under the law. Well, going on to the brighter side of things now, the current government, the Pakatan Harapan government, is working on getting stalking, peeping, and prying to be an illegal act. So women in the past, or until even now, cannot take legal action against men who are stalking, peeping, or prying on them until a physical action happens. For instance, she gets raped or she is molested by that man. But until that happens, she can't really do anything much about the stalking. Neither can the authorities as well. So the government is working on a bill to make stalking, peeping, and prying illegal. After the Pakatan Harapan government took over, we are seeing progressive laws coming in for women. So hopefully, we will push for more progressive laws for women in Malaysia, and Malaysia will be a better place for women to be in. With that, I would like to wish all women across the world Happy International Women's Day. Power to all you women.
Are touched with all the radiance that a
Ser mujer es impresionante, es completamente todo lo adverso a lo que se cree que nosotras somos. No somos sumisas, no estamos dedicadas a la familia únicamente, es completamente distinto. Somos fuertes, somos valientes, salimos a la calle y sabemos hacer millones de cosas a la vez. No tenemos problema en enfrentar la realidad que tenemos, no tenemos problema en enfrentar a la gente que nos rodea, que puede ser muy machista, puede ser muy patriarcal, pero nosotros nos defendemos. Sabemos que las mujeres somos capaces de cualquier cosa unidas. Por lo mismo, hoy en día el sistema que nos imponen no es suficiente para definirnos. O sea, es imposible creer que las mujeres de hoy en día nos definamos con el machismo. Nosotras miramos hacia el futuro, somos valientes, creemos que no es necesario solo con cuidar a los niños, no es necesario con tener que trabajar por un sueldo menor. Por lo mismo nosotros tenemos lucha en nuestra sangre. Tenemos ganas de hacer un cambio. Por lo mismo la mujer como persona es una persona revolucionaria. Nosotros pensamos en hacer el cambio con la revolución.
Hello, my name is Sarah Dunn. I'm the International Officer for Labour Youth Ireland. Growing up in Ireland, I have been surrounded by really strong, great female role models. Within my own family, I had my father's mother. Unfortunately, I never got to meet her, but I've always been told I'm just like her. She had her family and then decided to go back to college. She did social services in college, and she even went on to help form her local credit union. My mother's mother, who had 11 children in her lifetime, she had 9 children by the age of 42 and then gave birth to twins. And one of those twins was my mother. My mother helped raise me to be the strong woman that I am today. When I was 10, she went back to the workforce for the first time in 18 years. And it really made me see that it doesn't matter what you do, you can still change where you are in life, and you can do whatever you wish. We also had a really strong female role model throughout my childhood in our then President, Mary Robinson. Mary Robinson was the first female president that Ireland ever had. She spearheaded many campaigns to create equality for women in this country, but she also did it throughout the world, as after she was president, she became a UN ambassador. She got to spread the word that women are equal and help to fight the fight that we face every day throughout the world. In the past year, Ireland has changed a lot. Last May, we voted in a referendum to repeal the 8th Amendment. The 8th Amendment was that abortions were illegal in Ireland. Since January 1st, abortions have now been made legal. This is giving women a choice of what we want to do with our bodies. I hope that we can continue this fight, because I know there are many countries in this world where choice is not an option. But we need to fight together to show the world that women are important. We still have an uphill battle in Ireland. We have a massive gender pay gap. We have inequality in the way that women are looked at. We're still treated sometimes as second-class citizens. But I know that with IUSY and YES, we can all work together to make the world a more equal place. I hope that you have a really great Women's Day this year, and we will continue to fight the fight for women's rights throughout the world.